It's part 2 of our little tanning series. So we're in the acid bath stage of our process. So what you are going to need is some citric acid, water, and some salt. So the recipe for your acid bath is for every gallon of water, 1 pound of salt, 3 tablespoons of citric acid. Then you want a pH. I like running mine about 1.5, but no more than 2.5, and not under 1. So that's really it for that. So hide's all pickled up. So I already wrung it out. I did a super light scraping on it, and that you'll be amazed if you did your pickle right. The rest of that fat just comes off like nothing, and you still have some cleanup, but a lot of this stuff here, a little bit here, as it's drying, you can actually pick it off. So, all right. So now we gotta neutralize it. So our neutralizing bath is 1 gallon of water to 1 tablespoon of baking soda. And then we'll let this sit in here for 15-20 minutes. And then we'll do a wash and a rinse and hang everything up to dry. So our hides are all neutralized. So the next step is we're going to wash them and rinse them. Before I do that, I had a viewer ask what this was. This is an ulu knife from Alaska. A lot of you don't know, but I spent 15 years in Alaska, learned about this knife. It's actually awesome for fleshing. It's got 1 bevel. I mean, it's, other than it being a different shape, it's set up just like a fleshing knife. So yeah, I highly recommend. It's awesome for detail, fleshing, and cleaning the face off. And so, hope that answers your question. All right. So we're all neutralized. We are going to turn this other side out. Just wash it like you're doing clothes. Give it a good scrubbing. Scared me, I thought that was slipping. All right. Then we'll give it a rinse. Yeah, that's what we're looking for, a nice white inside. All right, then we're going to snap this dry, or as dry as we can. Now I usually, and you don't have to do this, but I usually hang it up and I dry my fur before I turn it the other way. start drying the skin. But you definitely don't have to do that. It's just something about it makes me feel better when it's dry, when I turn it inside out. So, all right. I guess that's it for this part. We'll come back when I get them hung up, start drying. All right, guys, I guess I missed the detail here. Washing solution, we just use Dawn dish soap. It's about the only thing that really cuts grease really good. But and then the ulu knife too. When I lived there, that's where I learned about it. Natives, Eskimos there, they use them for everything, cutting meat. But one of the main purposes is for fleshing hides. So, and it really super works good. So, all right, see you in the skinning shed. Show you the ulu knife in action here. This is after the first salting. I'm gonna scrape it and then resalt it, but it just takes off all that. It's nice, it's quick. You can see how that salt just loosens up all that fat. All right. You could tilt it like that and get that tail a little bit better than a big long knife. All right. Awesome. All right, guys, we're in the skinning shed here. We got all the hides hung up. I'm gonna dry the fur on them. This will be an hour and a half or 2 hours, and then we'll turn them the other side out. But that'll be in part 3. So, yeah. Appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for all the comments and the views. And if you're new here, like, subscribe, share for me. I'd super appreciate it. So, all right, that's it for this part 2. We will see you in part 3. As always, later.